All right, here we go. We ready to do what our objective is for today? All right, so objective, I can graph a line given an equation. Okay? That equation, listen. That equation is going to be y equals mx plus b. We are not listening.
We are just selectively.
All right. What does m stand for? Slope. What does b stand for? The y-intercept. Perfect. Okay, the y-intercept, what does that mean? So it has to do with the y-axis. Y-intercept, we got it. Thank you. Crosses the y-axis. Thanks, Ethan. He saw y'all struggling out there, flopping around like little fish on land over there. We don't know what it is. Okay. All right. I can write a linear equation. So once again, y equals mx plus b. I'm about to separate y'all. Given a graph or two coordinates. Remember, your coordinates are x, y, and x, y. Okay. So that's what we're doing today. Wow. All right, so let's look at this first one. This one gave us two intercepts. All right, if the y-intercept is where we cross the y-axis, what do you think the x-intercept is? Where we cross the x-axis. Jam and Jaden. All right, so there's our line. Oh, I got a text. All right. Now, I want to write the equation of that line. So remember, we have y equals mx plus b. Our b is the y-intercept, right? So what's our y-intercept? Right, but for this one. 4. All right, so think about bow work. How did we find the slope from our graph?
We counted rise over run.
Counted rise over run. So let's do that. So up 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 over 1, 2. Okay, can I simplify 4 over 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, what does that equal?
2.
Just 2, right? So my slope is 2.
Wait, where did you get that plus 4 from? On the first one?
Right, so 4 is our y-intercept. Okay, because remember it's y equals mx plus b. No. Y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, which we just counted. B is the y-intercept. All right, is this slope positive, negative, 0, or undefined? Positive.
Have you ever seen that little short film called Slope Dude?
No. All right, do you think you can try number 3? Yes, Miss Agnew, we totally can.
So that's all you're doing? Is that you're just getting the 2?
So yeah, try to do that. So try to graph your x-intercept and y-intercept, and then count the slope. And then remember, your y-intercept is that number you subtract or add on to the end. Okay, so I started the equation for you. Okay, so I want you to graph those two. Perfect, love it. Just graphing those two. I see a little triangle we're counting. So remember, okay? So remember, it's rise over run, so you have to count the rise or fall, so up and down first, and you put that over the one that goes horizontally. Count. So down 3, right 4. So then it would just, yeah, so there you go. Perfect. Right, the other thing is it's going down, right? So it's negative. Perfect. So we went, you gotta go down, so count how far it goes. Down.
Grip so hard, I had to
1,
extend it inverted way
2,
out.
3, right? Now it's right.
Come up and start.
So if we go down, is that negative or positive? Yeah, so it'll be negative 3 over.
Where are you playing that game? Where are you playing it? The lake house.
Alright. Cool. So my x-intercept is negative 4. Y-intercept is negative 3. Alright. From here, is our slope negative or positive?
Negative.
It's negative. Okay, so then I know that my slope here in my equation has to be negative. Alright, so I go down 1, 2, 3. And then I go right 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's my line. Alright, how we do on that? We do okay? Alright, Alan, what happened over there?
I just kind of on the wrong side. I did the 4 across first and then.
Okay, so you had negative 4/3
Yeah.
or positive 4/3, one of the two. That's okay. Alright, so now we're given the actual equation, right? So remember it's y equals mx plus b. So we have to start at our y-intercept. So what's my y-intercept here? What? Perfect, negative 1. So it's the y-intercept, so I'm going to start on the y-axis at negative 1. All right, now we're going to look at our slope. Okay, it's negative, so am I going to go up or down? Down, down 1, and then right how many? 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to repeat that process. Down 1, right 3. Okay, now I got to think going backwards. I got to go back in the past. So I got to do the opposite. So before I went down 1, to go backwards, I got to go up 1, right? I went right 3, so to go backwards, I have to go left 3. So up 1, left 3 to get our past. All right, and then
Why'd you have to go backwards again?
because I had to get the other part of my line from before my y-axis. Yeah. So in here, this says a negative slope, right? Did my slope end up negative on my graph? Yeah. Okay. Let's try the next one. Okay, where do I start this line? At what? 5. I start at 5. Connor, you got this? Noah, you got this?
Yes.
Okay, so I start at 5, at positive 5. So is that on the x-axis or y-axis? The y, right? Because that's the y-intercept. All right, my slope is negative. So that means, do I go up or do I go down? Down. So I'm going to go down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I don't have another number, so what do I do?
Is it over 1?
It's over 1, right? I can write anything over 1, so then go right 1. Now, I don't have room on my graph to do any more. Oh, that's so bad. Don't look at that. It's terrible. There. A lot better. All right. Do you think you can graph 6 and 7? All right, graph 6 and 7. Remember, that's negative 8 over 1. Now this one's positive, so you're going to go up 8, right 3. It is, isn't that? All right, we'll make it negative, and then we'll make this one positive. Okay, that way you can practice with a positive. All right, check with your partner, see if you got the same thing. We changed it to negative. And we changed it to positive. All right, so let's look. So I have 5, and we changed it to negative so we could graph it. So down 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then right 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, how do we do on that one? We do okay?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, next one we changed to positive, so I start at negative 4.
Go down 8. Go up 8.
Go up 8, perfect. Over 1, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And then, oh, whoops, right 1. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. I accidentally marked it where I was going. All right. Make that a little darker. So ignore that. Alright, so that was our first objective. I can graph a line given an equation. How do we feel about it? We feel okay? Alright. What time is it? 11:23. We got over here at 12:07. Alright, I want you to graph 8, 10, and 13. Okay? 8, 10, and 13. It's 11:25. I'm going to give you till 11:32. At 11:32.
How do you know whether to go left or right when you're going?
You always start off going right. Always start off going right. Don't go left until you think backwards. Yeah. So you start at negative 1, go up 2. Is that negative? Wait. Negative. No, okay. Y'all got the same thing? Down to.
What? He looks like somebody's grandma.
I've never seen anybody grandma wear something like this. You're good.
You have to start at negative 1 on the line. Oh, start negative 1 up to right. Alright, I'm going to plot these answers real quick. So start at negative 1. From negative 1, I go up 2 over 1. To go backwards, I have to do the opposite. So I went up 2 and right 1. So then the opposite would be down 2 and left 1. And then there's my line. Alright, for number 10, start at negative 4. So that means up 2, right 1. So up 2, right 1. Okay. So there's my other line. And then this one I start at negative 5. So this tells me to go up 2 and right 3. So up 2, right 3. Up 2, right 3. Okay. Alright, how do we do on those? We do okay? Alright, well, how about, okay, it's 11:30. Go ahead and take your mass break. Be back at 11:40. No. We have a shortened class today. Yeah, come over here. Hold on. Oh, that's true. Yep. Good job. Mhm.
Hey, why are your jeans so tight? Are those your little sister jeans?
Those are just normal jeans.
Those are your little sister jeans right there. Brandon, look at her jeans. They cutting off the circulation to her leg. Let's see when she get back. You gonna see when they get back? Yeah. Hey, she bullshitting. Why you gotta go Dude, fuck that shit. I don't want to be here. Dude, like, she's such an annoying ass teacher.
No, the way she talks to me, I joined one of her meetings here, I was like, she's talking about something about poetry. She's saying how you can make your body like be something or something. And keep one with it or some shit. I cringed out and I was like,
She said, "Hey, good."
yeah, man. She like that. I wonder if she's reading.
Huh?
I wonder if she's reading.
Who? I hope she's not, Danny.
I hope so.
I hope she's still in quarantine.
Are you doing something right?
She goes to Hardin Valley. What the fuck?
Is that a good school?
Full of holders. Fucking your dick falls off and shit. Damn bad, baby. Yeah. Bad. Shotgun. This one you try. Dude, imagine like killing somebody with a stapler.
With a stapler?
You just keep fucking hitting my ass.
That'd be the worst thing. That'd be embarrassing.
Like, nigga, like, what if I'm just dead with a stapler in my face like this?
You know how embarrassing it is to die to a stapler?
Like, for real.
How'd you die?
Like, she got a whole ass stapler, bro. They be like that. She got a whole ass stapler, bro. It might be stapler. Dude, what the fuck? I wonder if it was my name Snapchat. Shit is weird. Dude, what the fuck? Why is that shit not working? What's up, tight jeans? Welcome back to class.
I did all
Okay.
right. I don't know.
Negative, you're not going down. This one,
Oh, yeah.
this one is
Oh.
supposed to be negative. Are you going down? So that says negative, right? Is this negative?
No.
No.
So
So
this
you went
one?
the wrong way. Yeah. So you gotta go down one, right? Two.
Alright.
This is positive. Which one is that? Positive. Negative. You got it backwards. Hopefully y'all weren't saying anything weird because the timer or the recording's been going.
No, we've just been talking about how those jeans cutting off the circulation to your legs.
They are not. Look, it's
They're
flailing out.
very, very tight.
No, they're not.
Maybe those are Alyssa's.
Oh my god. These are.
She stole them from her room. She said, I'm gonna wear these to school today.
David, don't laugh at him. Don't encourage him.
Oh my god.
I've worn these before, but I wore a big sweater.
They weren't that tight.
Then I must have been
Maybe they
missed.
thought it got funny for the segments too.
Oh my god. Yeah, actually, that'd be great. Cause
Why
I'd pay
can't you be drippy like Becca?
drippy.
Like Becca, why
I
can't
hate that
you
word.
need to get you some of those shoes.
I can't wear those to school. I have because they have holes in them.
You really
You don't
can't
have
wear.
to
You
get
really
holes
can't wear.
I can't do that.
You did get dress code too.
You don't have
I
to
mean,
get-
they're not gonna say anything, but they're gonna say something. You know what I mean? They're gonna like say something like, "Can you believe Caroline wore those jeans today?"
So you do got
You
people.
just you have to wear a dress like one day of the week.
Oh, so it's even.
Normally I wear dresses all the time. It's just cold.
So you do got beef with the. You do got beef with somebody.
I don't have beef with
They
anybody.
got beef with you then. Yeah.
They hate me because they ain't me. That's why. Becca, where'd you get your pants?
You made it.
Becca. I don't think she's like, why are you looking at me?
Becca.
Don't.
Becca. Becca.
Where's she look?
Becca the goat.
Becca, where'd you get your jeans? Where'd you get your jeans? Oh, you put the patches on there?
I just
That's
told you
sick.
she made them, and you didn't want to listen to me.
No, I didn't, Jaden, because you say a bunch
No,
of
I
crazy
didn't,
stuff. Get your butts in here.
We're not, we're going on strike.
Cheeks in a seat. Alright, okay. Put your booty butt in here.
Come on, Noah.
We want to get this done so y'all can be done with class.
We already are done with her.
We've only done the first objective.
Exactly. That's the only objective we gotta do.
No, there's 2 objectives. Yeah, we just got to get through this last page, and Noah is keeping us from doing it.
I'm not stopping anybody from doing
I'm
it.
going to the bathroom.
Nope.
I'll be right back.
Are you serial right now? You just had a whole 10 minutes to go to the bathroom.
Whoa.
Yeah, you could have done anything in the 10 minutes.
Alright, Connor, come on. Alright,
Touch me, I was trying to get a drink of water. So you gotta,
quit being weird. Alright, let's go.
oh, that's beyond weird.
They're like, what?
They say I caught him on film.
Alright, come. Alright. So remember,
What do you think about it?
guys, so on the front we did this, okay, but it was a little different, okay. So y equals mx plus b, right? What does m stand for? Slope. What does b stand for? Y-intercept. So where does this line the x-axis? I mean y-axis. At positive 4. So we've got plus 4. All right. So let's count our slope. So we're counting until we get to the next point that crosses right at that intersection, right? So where it's clearly at a designated point. So I'm going to count down 2 and right 1. Do I need to put it over 1? No. All these are negative. It's crazy.
What if you did like the other two?
If what?
If you take the other two on the edge.
That's fine. What would happen there is you would go down 4 and right 2, which would simplify to negative 2. So that would still be correct. Just make sure you simplify.
Because like on the decimal, when I would do that, I would pick a different number
Yeah.
and like I simplify and I'd get like the negative and I'd mess that up.
Right.
And like you get them wrong and I'm like, Okay, I see what point it was picking. I was picking a whole
Right.
different point.
You can pick a different point as long as you simplify your fraction correctly.
And I wasn't doing that. Actually.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's try. 17 doesn't even show you the y-intercept, so we're not even going to do that one. So let's look at this. And this one doesn't give us a clear point to go through. So we won't use that one either. All right, so let's do 15. What's our y-intercept? -2. So I have that out there. All right, and so then from there, the next point where it clearly goes through a coordinate is here. So I'm going to count down 1, and then over 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, last objective for the day. Huh? All right, let's look at this last part. So write the slope-intercept form of the equation given, the line given points. All right, so we have, this is our second objective, and then we can be done, but I have to get through it.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so slope-intercept form. So we need y equals mx plus b, right? So we need to find our slope. So we can choose to do, we'll just do it that way, so you don't have two ways to think about it. Okay, so first we have to find our slope. Perfect. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So rise over run. So we have, switch it, so -3 minus 5 over 4 minus -5. All right, so that's -8 over, this ends up adding, so that's 9. So our slope is -8/9 x. Do I know my y-intercept? No, I didn't give us a lot of room. So I have to find that, okay? So we don't know what it is, so we're going to call it B for right now because that's our y-intercept here. Okay, so I have 3 variables, so that's kind of hard to solve, right?
Does that say 8 over 4?
8 over 9. Okay, so I can find an x and a y. Where would I get an x and a y from? So what are these?
X1, Y1, X2, Y2.
Right, those are x's and y's. Okay, it does not matter which point I pick. So which point do you want to pick? That is...
Oh, first, my bad.
No, you can pick that one. This is a gross problem. All right, so we're going to pick this one. I could have picked 4, -3 if I wanted to, okay? So I'm going to plug -5 in for x here, and I'm going to plug 5 in for y here, okay? So 5 equals -8 over 9. X, what is x? -5 plus b. This is gross AF. All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and just do 8 divided by 9. And then I'm going to multiply that by 5. All right, so that's 4.44. Oh, I forgot my x there. No, wait, we plugged in x. I'm just crazy. All right, so now subtract 4.44 from both sides. I know, I'm sorry. So, we just won't do 21. Okay, give us more room. All right, so 5 minus 4.44 is 0.56. Alright, so now I have found that y-intercept. So I've found the slope and I found the y-intercept, so now I can write my line. So negative 8, 9x plus 0.56. So we won't do 22 either. No, we're going to do 20. All right. So let's write, so that's a lot of steps, right? So let's write down those steps. All right? So what did we do first? What did we do first?
Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x.
Perfect. So we found the slope. So find slope. Okay, so the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, what did we do next? So first, plug the slope in, right? Plug slope into y equals m. So we plug it in there, x plus b. And then after that, we did plug in x and y into the equation. So plug x, y into the y equals, you have a slope now, right? Okay. You already have this. All right. Now, number 4, solve for b. And then once you've done that, use number 1 and number 4 to write the equation. Okay. So that's basically what we did. All right, so let's try that again. Let's use our steps. So what is number 1? So what's our first step? Perfect. Find the slope. All right. So let's. So I've got 3 minus 5 over 3 minus 3. This one's going to be an easy problem, because that's negative 2 over 0. Can I divide by 0?
No.
No. So what is my slope? Well, that would be, so 0 would be if I had 0 over negative 2. So do negative 2 divided by 0. What does it give you?
We just do.
Because that would actually be a slope, right? That would be, so plug in your calculator, what do you get? Error, right? Remember back at the beginning, let's look at our, right, so positive, negative, 0, or undefined. Undefined is when you have a number over 0 for your slope. Okay, so our slope is undefined. Sorry. Okay, so when you have an undefined, then that means that you start your problem off with x equals. Okay, look at these x's. What do they both go through? 3. So x equals 3. There is no y-intercept. Our slope is undefined, so that means it goes up and down. So if we look and we go x equals 3, so 1, 2, 3. So then my line looks like that. Okay, that's kind of a tough one. So let's do one more. So yeah, if you have undefined, that means instead of y equals, you're going to have x equals. Okay? All right, so let's look at this next one. So what's our first step? Find the slope. Awesome. So slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I've got negative 1 minus 4 over negative 3 minus 3. Okay, so that's negative 5 over negative 6. So I've got a negative and a negative. So what happens when I have a negative and a negative? It makes it positive, right? So my slope is 5/6. All right, so plug slope into y equals mx plus b. That's our step 2. So y equals 5, 6, x. I don't know my b. All right, what's our step 3 say? Plug it in. Plug what in? Well, we plug in an x and y coordinate, right? So we have to plug in an x and y coordinate. So which one do we want? Well, we have to do x and y. So 3, 4, right? So 3 is my x, 4 is my y. Okay, so I'm plugging in 4 for my y, because y is down here, right? Y is here, so I'm plugging in 4 for my y. And then my slope is 5/6. And then I plug in I plug in 3 for my x. Jaden, you writing this down? Alright. So I'm going to do 5 divided by 6. And then I'm going to multiply that by 30. So 2.5. So 4 equals 2.5 plus b. All right, what's my next step? Subtract. And I get b is 1.5. Okay, now what's step 4? Oh, we already did that. So this is step 4. We solve for b. And then step 5, what's our last thing? Yeah, rewrite it. So use 1 and 4. So 1, we got the slope. So y equals m. What's m? 5, 6, x. And then plus b. What's b? 1/5. I'm sorry, 1.5. You can write it as a fraction if you want. All right. What time is it? Okay. Let's see. What's on the back? All right. The exit ticket. I want you to graph all of them. Okay, and then once you're done with the exit ticket, turn it into the basket. So do the exit ticket and turn it into the basket. And then your homework is, if you didn't finish any of the slides, which some of us it sounds like we did not, Remember, you have to watch the video. If you don't, the slides will make no sense.
Figured that out the hard way.
Yes, okay. I also have a written out version of the video, of the slides. So, watch the videos, or else life will be really